This is the new studio setup. Okay, after a lot of work, I don't know how to describe, man. It's been a week since I called Tanuj and along to the first time I set up the camera in this new apartment that we moved into. And the first thing I did was wanted to check the camera, right? The wall color was some lime green, and actually when I'm looking around at the walls, half the wall is still lime green, sorry. So if you actually ever come to my apartment and to this room, outside of the frame of the camera, you can see the two colors. It's almost like before and after. So the first thing one has to battle is the color of the walls. It's one thing to buy a camera or even take pictures with a cell phone, and the moment we see shallow depth of field, blurry background, we think that, array boss, kya photography hai? The more and more I play around with the camera, I am realizing that it is not so much about shallow depth of field. It is good, while that's a very good artistic way of taking pictures. But there are several films. Several directors only go with wide shots. Okay, and I think more and more what I'm learning is not about the shots or shallow depth of field. It's more about lighting. Okay, so when I spoke about the lime green colors of the wall, the reason it is a problem is because when you put up the key light, the main light that lights the subject, anything that's a light background, lime green, white walls, white door, it's going to reflect. And even now, this light, it's actually, angled away. It should be a bit more tilted towards the subject, towards me. And the reason it isn't is because the more I turn it towards me, the subject, that door out there talks louder than what it is right now. So even now, it's not perfect. I won't say that. Maybe you can't see it. When I actually turn off the lights, and I just turn on this light, like completely dark. And then when you test, then you can see the spill. Spill means how much it's spreading, all right? So I think in order to cut the spill, in a room that's dark, not necessarily there's ambient light like the sunlight or something like that. That is photography. That's the struggle. People thrive on it. I've been spending sleepless nights on how to control the spill, and it's still not perfect. Okay, so if you are someone who's wanting to learn photography or had a camera, and here's the thing: keep your camera aside, go into a dark room, and if the room is not dark, put some curtains, blinds on it, make it dark in the night time, that too. All right. And then take one lamp, maybe it's a table lamp, maybe it's some tube light or whatever that is, and smaller tube light. And then use paper and try and see how you can control the spill of the light. Yeah. If you can do that without the camera, you've mastered photography. The camera is just a machine, right? There are certain controls of the light there. Okay, you can control the aperture and all those things that to control light. But there's not much you can do when you just go outside and you're going with ambient light that's all over. There's not much you can do. But here in a room which is completely dark, and then you begin to start lighting each corner, each angle, and then try and control the spill of the light. Certain lights are just made to, accentuate. So now actually you can see a little thing on the wall there. That's actually one light source that's hitting the wall. Background lighting. There's a little light that's coming on me, if you can see. All right. I'm using that as a fill, and actually it's just I can just touch it. If can you see my palm lit up by that? More lit up than what that's the lamp that's not too far away. Okay. So it's a really tiny room. It's like 9 feet wide. This is the width we are shooting diagonally. Okay, 9 feet wide, really tiny room compared to where I was earlier on. And actually, this recording is only to test the audio. So even though I'm going blah 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 about I don't know what about lights and all those things, for those of you who are listening, I want you to really listen to the audio. What's the audio? Even when I check this recording, this is only an audio test. Okay, so there's been quite a struggle on arranging the lights, and I hope that at some point of time, if I get a boom arm, maybe I'll be able to, tilt that light more towards the subject. And that's another thing I learned. Okay, so if there is anything to do with lighting, the key light should be as close as possible. Just like, you have the mic as close as possible to the subject. The key light out of the frame, of course, should be as close as possible to the subject and only lighting the subject. And therefore, if you can do that without the light spilling out excessively, whether it's a wall, I mean, that door, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It's not bad. All right. But it was terrible. And for those of you who not seen the before, you wouldn't know what it means. Now it's still chalta hai types. Okay. There's still one more light I need to try and place is a little rim light. And I think then that'll work magic. I'll show you what I meant by that background light. Okay. So if you can give me a sec. Okay. Just turn it up a little bit. Oh, is it the max? Wow, that means the battery is dying. Okay, so let me just turn it down and then maybe turn it up. As you can see, now you can see? Can you see that wall light? The light on the wall is gone. So there's a little light sitting on the floor. And when I dial it up, okay, that's the max. That means I think that battery is there's a battery operated light. Yeah, it used to be a little bit more brighter. So I think I need to charge the battery, and that's another thing you need to learn. Okay, so if you can, yeah, that's really dim. Yeah. Then anyway, I'll charge it up, and this video is only to check the audio. And there you go. I'm out of focus again. There you go. I'm back. I had to do that because the camera reads. So anyway, if you're watching this video, just let me know about the audio quality in this particular video. And let me know what you think about the lighting done so far and the frame that we've chosen. And any tips on how to light it better or to make it better, let me know. Cool. All right. See you soon.